Hey there, we're here with driver Logan Seavey, leading by 16 points coming into the finale here on Saturday at Lucas Oil, Indianapolis Raceway Park. So this is the third year in a row you've been involved in this title chase. Any sense of comfort this time around, or it's still on the edge and wanting to get this deal done this time?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot higher. I feel a lot better on the pavement. This is one of our better pavement tracks. So overall, yeah, I feel better about it than I did last year. And, we don't have to win. Last year, I think we had to beat Cody. And obviously, every time we go out, we're trying to beat Cody. But to know we only really, I think, have to run fourth is a little bit better odds, obviously. So, but yeah, we feel as good as we ever have coming to a pavement race, and coming back to IRP is a place we've been to the most on pavement. So, yeah, I'm excited to get going on Saturday and see what we can do.
Yeah, and tell me about the testing today. Just what is the aim, and what are you trying to find, and all that good stuff? What are you trying to learn today?
Yeah, the first thing is we just keep having some little oil leaks and rear end leaks and stuff like that. We're trying to completely solve to make sure we don't have any issues there, and then just still, the more laps I could do on the pavement, the better I get, and it seems to show every race that every race I get into, I do a little bit better, and so yeah, it's just laps and trying to get our car a little bit faster, and yeah, just trying to maybe make a mock qualifying run or something. That's something I struggle with a little bit on the pavement, but I've been doing better at it this year. Qualified second a few times, so yeah, just trying to get a little bit faster and a little bit closer to the field, and then see if we can race with them on Saturday.
You're always prepared, you and your team, and that's always shown in the results. But with one race left and just one race to focus on, is everything a more tighter focus, everything double check, triple check, I's dotted, T's crossed, and all that stuff, just a little bit more coming into this week?
Yeah, you'd like to think so, but at the same point, like you said, you always should be prepared for every race, and they all mean the same. It doesn't matter if it's the first race here in the beginning of the year or the last one. They all count for the same amount of points, and they all mean the same. And yeah, like I said, it's obviously the nerves are a little bit up on everybody, and we're all looking at the same goal, and we see the points and whatnot. But yeah, like you said, we're always trying to be prepared as most as possible, and obviously kind of bit us at Winchester, and that was our first real DNF of the year, and hurt us pretty bad. But we got our car rebuilt after that, and it came back just as good. So yeah, I like to think we're just as prepared, and I'm just as prepared as we always would be, and we can show up here and try to win a race.
Obviously you don't want a points race, but the points
Right.
are obviously on your mind. But you just kind of have to play it as normal as possible, because you've run here great in the past, as you said, and ran here, I think, second early in the year. So just trying to keep everything as normal as possible, and not try to exactly run for fourth, but just keep everything normal, right?
Yeah, like any time you're racing, I feel like you start points racing or whatever, and you kind of get yourself into trouble. And it's really easy to do on dirt, because I feel like if you don't run hard, you can really get yourself in trouble, or crash all by yourself or something. That's not always the case on pavement. I feel like you can slow down a little bit and not get yourself in too much trouble. But I don't feel like I can slow down at all, because I have to run as hard as I can to really be in the top 4 or 5. I just don't have the experience that the rest of the guys have, but that's it's part of learning and being in a series that you're new to, and on a surface that you're new to. I'm just, I said, to run fourth on pavement for us is a great day, and obviously that's our goal coming into every pavement race, is to win, even though we haven't won one yet. But that's always the goal for us, even though this is all kind of new to all of us. Yeah, we're always trying to win races, and to run second here earlier in the year kind of got our confidence up, and ran well at Winchester until we had some issues. But yeah, I feel like it's all coming around on the pavement, and like I said, there's no reason why anytime we show up to one of these races, I feel like we have a shot to win, and that's what we're here to do, is try to win, and that's why we're testing a little bit to try to get a little bit faster. And like I said, all these other guys are testing and getting their stuff a little bit better. So we've got to close the gap a little bit, and then yeah, like I keep saying, just try to race with them on Saturday and see if we can get a pavement win and lock up a championship as well.
And 2 years ago, when you came to this race in May, is your first time on pavement, really,
Yeah.
anywhere, especially in a Silver Crown car. Just compare that, your mindset going into that one, compared to where you are now, because you're talking about winning and running up front, and I know you were just trying to add to the pavement program to the dirt side at that point, just trying to get points. You ended up in the championship race that year, down to the wire that year as well. But just tell me how that compared to 2 years ago to where you are now on the pavement, how far this team and you have come on the pavement.
Yeah, it's been huge. I feel like even from last year to this year, we've gotten a lot better, and I've gotten a lot more confident in the car. And I think running the Little 500 this year helped me out a lot, just being better around other cars and making passes when I need to. And I feel like before I never really just flat drove by guys. You know, if they made a big mistake or something, I would sneak by them. But for the most part, I didn't really know how to pass on pavement. You know, I would kind of ride behind them, like I said, until they made a mistake. And but yeah, early that first year, it was just like let's just finish, you know, and we'd be a lap or two down at every race. And yeah, and then last year, you know, we kind of got into the top 5 a few times, and this year I feel like we've been racing consistently up front. And yeah, we'll see. Like I said, that's still a pretty big gap from, you know, trying to run 5th to trying to win. You know, those top 3 or 4 cars are quite, you know, experienced, and they're just really, really good. So it's tough, but it's so fun to just learn and try new things and get better and see the progress too. Obviously, like you said, 2 years ago we were just trying to finish, and I don't even know where we ran that first race, but it was better than we all thought we would have run. And but yeah, like I said, we were just trying to finish, and now we're out here, and it's cool to see all the progress that we have made as a team, and I've made as a pavement racer, and Ronnie's made as a crew chief, and you know, all together, it's coming along really, really well. And yeah, like I said, we found ourselves in the title hunt now for 3 years in a row, and still trying to get the first one.
And compared to the last 2 years, this team has an interesting dynamic this year with Rice Motorsports and Abacus Racing combining efforts, and that's Abacus Racing is your midget team, which
Right.
you've been killing it this year on the tour with a pretty big point lead and a lot of wins this year. But how beneficial is it having not only your successful midget team guys here, but your successful Silver Crown guys all on one team, all mixed together, working together?
Yeah, it helps a lot. You know, we can get a few more hands on the car when you know there's stuff to do, and especially after a crash at Winchester, I don't think any of it would have been possible to get back on track after that without you know, everybody throwing in you know, pitching in and time and effort, and you know, free time after all their other stuff they have to do in their lives. But yeah, it's been really cool. You know, we've gotten a good relationship now with Brent Cox, and his crew guys I've raced with a bunch back at home when I was younger and growing up, and so it's cool to race with them on the midget side of things, but also for them to kind of join this effort on the Silver Crown side. And like I said, they kind of help out a lot, you know, preparing the car and rebuilding the car when I crash, and just making sure that we have all the tools we need. And it's definitely made everybody a little bit calmer, and you know, everyone's got a little bit more time, and yeah, it just kind of brings everybody's resources together a little bit, and we can separate out the workload a little bit, and it just works for everybody. And yeah, like I said, it just makes me obviously more comfortable. We got a few more hands here at the track if something were to go wrong, and yeah, it just helps all around. So overall, it's been a great year so far, and we're just trying to wrap it up here on Saturday.